Hey, how's it going? Ahem. I have drawn 2 cards today. And the first one is number 32 from the... I'm going to put the name of the decks in the information box because I'm tired of stumbling over what they're called. But this one here, number 32, Jeweled Web, Connectivity. I am smiling because this was kind of hitting me over the head yesterday, like about yesterday's video, but I didn't really talk about that. I talked about another recurring aspect of that read and the day. And the subtitle is connectivity. So, and it's Jeweled Web. Jeweled Web. Oh boy. Okay. Sorry, I have to adjust. Running into stuff. So, when I looked at this, it's got like some parts of it look like what a spider web looks like when there are dewdrops on it, and if you catch it in the morning, which is when there would be the dewdrops, you can see like morning sun going through it, and these are really golden droplets. And where's the thing? I threw away my good pen that was good for pointing at stuff, but it's like right along that sort of well, it's also, I think, a star arm, but that looks like spider web with dewdrops. It's very regular points that they're at, so that's interesting. I don't know that spaces that or star systems are that regular. I apologize. But it did remind me of like a really old sailor's star map, and because they had sort of their interpretation of what they were seeing was very primitive and uninformed. They had to sort of fill in a lot of blanks, and there was a lot of information they didn't have, and the information they did have, they tended to make it really kooky and aligned with their sort of spiritual beliefs. So there was a lot of monster talk and the religious overtones over anything. Like if you were out on a sailing vessel, like in anything like before and around like the 1600s, maybe by then the mapping would have been pretty good. I'm thinking like early, when we didn't really understand, like we still thought the earth was flat and we were going to sail off the edge. Yeah, so like that kind of level of information. And I say that because I saw a bunch of interesting critters. Like here's like a mermaid, or what do they call those? Sirens. Like a beautiful mermaid looking siren to make you sail off the edge of the earth over here. Or this sort of looked like a giant longhorn skull. And there's like one side that looked like it had a horn. Oh, it's right here. And like this side looks like it has a horn. But if you look over here, there's like a outline of the web, the sky web there, that could be like the other horn. And it's just an impression. And there was something in like every image. Like one of them was a snowman or woman, person. Anyway, so that was just kind of funny and silly. Oh wow, it looks like there's an owl in the background there too. sort of outlined. I gotta stop with the sort of, because it's coming out every other word. But yeah, here the owl is like in back of here. Like there's a wing and there's the other in the face, and sort of like sailing like this. Anyway, and there's one other figure on here that probably has more to do with all of that. And it's in the bottom, and it's kind of obscured by the text there. But hold on, my eyes are swimming. Give me a moment to get focused on that. So what I noticed first was this right here, this sort of circular business, where it sort of looks like either a stump or a kettle drum, or, as I will go on to explain later, possibly a cauldron. And then I saw here, this looked like a crown, and it would be of the type that is less tall and ornate, doesn't have like tuck and roll fabric going on. It's just very very Spartan, and it has sort of crenellated points, but look there, like real understated crown, and sort of at a tilt a little bit, and you can see a face here. The eyes are very dark and sunken, and I might say scary another time, but this just looks like really ancient. And they're like sitting on, you can see like the back of a chair in the background, like a wing chair. And then, there's like a beard there, sort of, and you can see a flash of maybe a white garment and a dark cloak, or like a jacket, and like a hand resting here, and then on the other side here, or a hand resting here, I think. And then over here, you could see maybe the hand, like sort of, man, it's hard to get rid of. A hand looks a little bit like it's holding on to that there, like if there's a handle or something. So some sort of being performing divination and connecting with the universe, and all of these like figures that I'm seeing, whatever I'm seeing out of them, possibly are sprouted from the imagination and whatever associations these are to this person. And I mean, old-timey divination. Ooh, I don't know what's going on. My nose is really itching. Okay. Man, my body's been doing some weird stuff. Like, not weird like I'm unexpecting it or anything, because I am. Like, it's not bodily function stuff. Like last weekend, I was sitting right here and I was watching something, and my whole body just became covered with chills, like goosebumps, and I had chills, and I'm like, oh wow, why is this happening? Because it was like 73 in here, and I actually didn't feel cold at all. I was just covered with goosebumps, and I was like, what the heck is going on? And it wasn't like this other thing that happens all the time, where I just feel like I'm wearing like a static outer skin over my whole body. I mean, I just expect it's environmental, or maybe I'm picking up on something from somebody else. And I don't mind, it's cool. Like, bring it on. I want more of that. I like to feel the stuff. So anyway, where did I put those little pages? I'm gonna read the pages about the card, if I can find them. Oh no, seriously? What'd you do with them? There they go. Ooh, save that page. And that is the wrong page, so don't save it. Okay, jeweled web. Connectivity, no separation, the feeling state. Can I just interrupt too? That feeling that I was asking, can you feel it? Still going on. That's another thing that I've been feeling, like off and on or continuously. It depends, but I noticed that it definitely it happens. Like then my ears are like there's like a high-pitched ringing that starts to happen, and it just has been getting super duper loud. And I don't have like a hearing problem or anything like that. I have been examined recently, so I know it's not that. And I know what else it might be. So there. Anyway, like I would just be like maybe in the house, and I'll be going along doing whatever, and then I'll just notice that like, whoa, I'm feeling something, like my legs will start throbbing, but like it's coming up from the floor. And that's, I think, from my from my investigations into what the heck is that throbbing business. I believe what it is I'm registering the Schumann resonance, which is freaking cool. So watch out for stuff like that. Okay, so the feeling state was above the actual. Well, I'll just read it. Approaching any oracle requires you to come in with certain expectations. You're either looking for confirmation of what you already know or attempting to shed light on what eludes you on the obvious path you're on. You're asking whether you will reach a desired goal of some kind. You're rarely able to see beyond memory or projection. And so naturally, everyone comes back to the oracle with a narrow perception of what's possible. Imagine that the answer to your question is not about landing at a particular destination, meeting a goal, connecting to a special lover, reaching an endgame, or experiencing anything specific. Instead, you discover a shimmering web of jewels you didn't know existed. The world is interconnected. I'm just going to stop and say, apropos of nothing, maybe not. But that last line about sort of disregarding having like a set plan for what you want to happen, and instead you discover a shimmering web of jewels you didn't know existed. That kind of reminds me of the number 4 card in tarot. Okay, hold on, I'll pull it out. Okay, so I know I said 4, and I didn't say which sweet suit, so cups, 4 of cups. And then when I was grabbing the 4 of cups, I realized, no, I want the 5 of cups. But they both work because I don't know. Okay, this person is so like, look at that cape. They're so self-important. I just really have, these are what's important. I gotta really pay attention to these, and whatever else is insignificant and I don't need to pay attention to it, which, okay. Oh, and they've just gone themselves gray, worrying about this other stuff over here. There, I showed you. Okay, where was I? Back to the guidebook. Oh man, come on, focus. So, the world is interconnected in a living web of energy. It isn't possible to know any of it, how any of it works. But know this, what is in your highest good is a sparkling jewel that lights up for you among this web of possibilities. You just need to know how you want to feel and to choose this consciously. Take your focus off getting anywhere. Practice feeling and being in a place where your desired experience has already come to pass. Who will you be when this is true for you? Can you be that now? Feel that now. Practice that. That last line made me ask the question, will or are you the same person you are when your ask is answered? So I guess that's like you more of, projecting that desired future, like setting a goal and putting everything sort of that you have into, acquiring that aspiration. The better you know your path within this web of life, the more it will light up for you. It is celebrating you already. So, notice the color of the sky there. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look healthy. It's like sheetrock paper gray. And what this made me think of, like the being too self-important to pay attention to the little things behind you, the smaller amount of dollars of people that don't have enough dollars to, rank as something to be paid attention to, and are treated more like in the disregard as something to just take advantage of and ravage. What's over there behind them it isn't important. Like, he could actually just like lift up the cape and take a poop in those cups. That's what these are here for. And what I feel that is about is so much of the planet intent on not only having that attitude, but sort of infecting other people with it, so that what they're doing to the world that the other people still have to live in, because they're not in the same realm as the person that is so dismissive. But for political reasons, for tribal reasons, we'll go along with a lot of stuff that, it's harmful to us, but forget harmful to us, because that's the lowest priority in the whole thing. What matters is when it matters about what happens to everybody on the whole. That's the larger concern to pay attention to, I feel like. And I feel like that person on that card is like the epitome of, we're going to do everything we can to make you think what's happening is not happening. Like, remember that Gulf thing with British Petroleum, and that guy that was just so put out that, environmentalists and residents and, people that care about animals and people that just care about stuff were so upset about that leak. And that guy, like, in the very beginning, like, it wasn't even, he got run off pretty quickly because of this attitude of, when can I get my life back? What, your beach going life and hanging out and drinking alcohol? Ooh, sorry, that came from some old relatives of the alcohol on the beach. But yeah, like, dude, if you're gonna go back to that, you're gonna like dip your toes in the petroleum. Like, that was bad. And to my knowledge, they haven't fixed it. I believe the camera that got put down there, they have to be able to get down there and fix it soon. I just today heard about new technology that allows humans to go safely, hopefully. It's still in testing, but well, eventually it'll be in use for people to go that deep, so they could like seriously close that thing and not send down a robot that did not stop it. Because I feel like I would have heard if it wasn't still going, but the fact that you can probably go on YouTube and find that leaking pipe, oil pipe, still leaking down there. I think they were able to do something to it, but I don't think it's like fixed forever, all good, you know. So anyway, but that guy was like, it's just one beach. We got a million of them. Well, they're all kind of stuck together, like connectivity-wise. Hello? That's how water works. That's how liquids work. But it's a weird phenomenon. How can that guy be so oblivious to how damaging that product is? And I realize that I'm sitting here surrounded by stuff that is made from petroleum products, but that doesn't mean I'm okay with it. That doesn't mean I like it. That doesn't mean I would, go back to some pretty simple living and, deal with it until we got some avocado plastic happening, like, yeah. And so I pulled, how am I doing on time there? Not too bad. And then I pulled this here other card, the snake, and let me, I lost the page, hold on. Okay, so, hi, another snake. Didn't I have a snake yesterday or the day before? Same thing with the symbology, especially around the seed of life here. Lovely geometric fractally figure that I like to just get all into, but I won't right now. I could zone out on that. Well, it's wrapped around a seed in protection, and the light's behind it. So the light's behind it. The light's behind it. It's all good with the light. It's like fending off those darkness. I wasn't going to talk about this, but I guess I will now. Something weird happens when I tune in, and things like my nose running and itching, that happens, but or like forgetting the word that was just right in front of your face, and it's so annoying. But I see so many people get on here and do it, and it's not that it doesn't happen when you're not filming something, but it's just like you're so intent on processing or putting through what you're saying, and in hopefully an understandable way. But I'll be writing, and I'll transpose letters, and I keep asking people, like, what is that about? Like, everybody that I think could answer the question, and it doesn't seem to, everyone's just like, well, I don't know, nothing. But it's like not nothing, because it only happens at a certain time. But I always think of it as like backwards dyslexia. Like, I don't know why I'm transposing the letters. But also it makes me talk funny too. Syntax just goes out the window. Okay, back to it. Well, at least I opened to the right section. Nope. Do. My hair smells like Otto's jacket. My hair smells like Otto's jacket. There. There's some music for you. Okay, snake. Guardian of unawakened magic and creative potential. The snake is a symbol of our highest potential. It is said that Shakti, our creative life force, lies dormant at the base of our spine in the form of a coiled snake. Regardless of whether this image rings true for you, it's well worth considering the amount of awakened or untapped potential within. What would life look like if you woke it up? How could you stir it from slumber? And I have to just interrupt myself here to say that sure sounds like Kundalini. Look it up. An experienced yoga or meditation teacher can lead the way to waking up that snake. Make haste. The snake card appears when there is no more time to waste. Boy, like considering what I was talking about with that tarot card, that Five of Cups, that's for sure. No, we have wasted enough time on that whole dealing with the climate issue. When in balance, prosperous, creative, charismatic. When out of balance, starts and stops many things. To bring into balance, Kundalini Yoga meditation. Gee, I didn't see that coming. Okay, so that's about it. Thank you and good night.